I'm Lisa from the Wee House of Crochet and welcome to Knitcraft Tea on the Green Block D. Block D is using corner to corner crochet. So if you've used corner to corner crochet before, then switch me off. You'll know exactly what you need to do. If you haven't, stay with me and I will show you everything that you need to know. Corner to corner crochet is it's a technique where we actually start to crochet from a corner here, and we actually work in rows that are diagonal, which is why it's called corner to corner crochet. But with it, we're going to make a rectangular block. So I'm going to show you how to corner to corner crochet, but what I'm also going to do is show you how to get the right length, because these are going to be rectangular blocks. They're going to be 11 pixels. Now each one of these little squares is a pixel. They're going to be 11 pixels in height or width, and also 43 pixels in height or width again, because we're going to make 4 of them. So I'm going to show you how to start a corner to corner crochet, and then I'm going to show you how how we increase it, because each row is increased, and I'm going to show you how to decrease it so that you can stop at 11 on one side but continue with 43 up. It is a lot easier than what it sounds if you haven't done it, and I really like it because it's got repetitive stitches. It makes a lovely pattern. It gives you nice straight edges without much effort, and you can wash your soaps while you're doing it as well. There's just a fair few of them to do. Once you've got the hang of increasing and decreasing, you've cracked it, and it's really, really simple. And if you like to not have to concentrate too much on a block, then this is definitely one for you. So this is one I'd started earlier. I'm going to scrap that one, and we're going to start from the beginning, and we're going to work through the pattern. I think the videos are going to be much easier for you to understand. Now you're probably wondering why I've got a really horrible orange Aran. The reason that I've got that is because I want you to be able to see the stitches. If I use white, you won't see because of the desk. If I use my purple, you're going to complain. No doubt that you won't be able to see where I'm putting the stitches. So we're going to be working in 2 directions. Let me get that back again. It's 2 directions, so we're working up and across at the same time, but you will see them grow individually. Something you just need to remember is when you're working, increasing up on this side, you're going to chain by 6, and on that side, but all the ones in the middle, there's no increasing, so it's chain 6 to increase. But anyway, I'll show you. So I'm going to read through the pattern. Like I say, I think the video tutorials for C2C are much better than a written pattern, but we've got to give you a written pattern, so we will. So first of all, row 1 says to chain 6. So we're going to chain 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's your 6 chain. Then what it says is that you are these six chains count as a chain 3 up to there, and 1 treble, because we're going to bring this treble up like that. So what the pattern says is to do 1 treble in the 4th chain from the hook. So in the 4th chain from the hook, we are going to treble. Now this never looks very pretty to start with, but as you've seen from that other block, once you get going, it'll look lovely, especially in white or purple. So I've done that. I've done that chain at that treble in that 4th chain from the hook, and as you can see, that chain 3 has moved up. So it looks like we've got 2 treble now, so it counts as 1. Then what it says is to treble into the next 2 chain until the end. So treble and treble in that last one. And this is your first corner created with your first pixel. Okay. Row 2 says to chain 6. So we are going to chain 6, and that chain 6 will count as chain 3 and a treble again. Okay, so it looks like that. Then it says to 1 treble in the 4th chain from the hook and in each of the next 2 chain. So we're going to go from the 4th chain and the hook, so it's treble, now what you've done here is created another pixel. So you've created 2 pixels. So they look a bit odd, don't they? What it says then is to slip stitch into the space created by the chain 3 at the top of the very first pixel on row 1. So this is row 1. Now your chain 3, there's a space, and your space of that first pixel is there. So it's just underneath that initial chain 3. So we're going to slip stitch into that. So I've just twisted my work a little bit there, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay, so you've now got something that looks like that. Again, it's not looking pretty. Then it says to chain 3. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then it says to 3 treble in the same space. So we've chained 3, and we're going to put 3 treble in this same space. So that this is 1 and 2 and 3. So you've now got, and you don't worry about this gappy bit here, but you've now got 3 pixels created. Okay. Now what it says is we're moving on to row 3, because this is row 1 and this is row 2. So now what we're going to do is chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And what you can see there is what you're doing now is actually going to work into, well, you're going to do your next sorry, somebody was at my door just then. Oh, right. Chain 6, and this counts as a 3 chain and a treble, and it says to do 1 treble in the 4th chain from the hook. So you've done, this is row 1 and this is row 2. So you're going to do 1 treble in the 4th chain from the hook. So here, this is 1, and then in the next chain you've got 2, and then in the next chain you've got 3. So that's another pixel completed, and it says to slip stitch into the chain 3 space at the top of the last pixel from row 2. So now you've got something that looks like this. Then it says to chain 3. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And then 3 treble in the same chain 3 space. So we're going to do 3 treble in here. So this is 1 and 2 and 3. And then it says slip stitch into the chain 3 space at the top of the next pixel. So again, it's where you've got the chain 3 on this pixel here, it's in here. So you just slip stitch into here, and then chain 3 and then 3 treble. And that's row 3 done. So that's looking a lot nicer, isn't it? So that's row 3 done. And you've now got, if you'll notice, you've got your 3 pixels here, but you've also got 3 pixels here and 3 pixels going up there. It looks complicated, but once you really get into the rhythm of chaining 6 and then working your pixels and then chaining 6 here and then working your pixels back up again, you'll really get into the flow of it. So we're on to row 4. So row 4 says chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does my hook do that? I wonder if I've worn it out. 6. That counts as a chain 3 and a treble, and then 1 treble into the 4th chain from the hook. So your 4th chain is here, so we're going to put a treble in there and a treble in the next chain and a treble in the next chain. Okay. Then it says to slip stitch into the chain 3 space. So if you flip your work up, you'll see that chain 3 space just there. So slip stitch into that chain 3 space. So what you'll see here is that you've got 4 pixels here. So we're going to add the pixels in here and then up there, so that you've got 4 going up and 4 going across. So the pattern then says to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then 3 treble in the same chain 3 space as the slip stitch. And then what you're going to do is slip stitch again into that one here. And remember, it's into that little space there that was made by the 3 chain. And you're going to repeat that again, so until you've worked up to the top. So chain 3, 3 treble, okay, and then slip stitch into here. Sorry about the noise. I don't want to pause this though, because I'll have to start again. Chain 3 again, and then 3 treble, and what you'll see now is you've done row 4, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's row 4. Now the pattern says rows 5 to 11 repeat row 4. Now what you need to do is carry on doing exactly what we've just done until you get to 11 pixels. So I'm going to pause the video there. Just keep doing that until you get to 11 pixels, and I will see, and that will take you to row 12. I will see you back at row 12, and I will have 11 pixels too, and then I'll show you how to decrease. Okay.